Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today with Mega Evolution, well, if you're in North America, the pre-releases have started. If you're in Europe like me, they're starting pretty soon. And if you're in the US and the rest of North America and other places, it's coming out pretty soon. But we're kind of in that period, alright? So it's time to take a look at the top 10 cards from Mega Evolution. A weird kind of set, but in at number 10, I'm giving you Mega Venusaur. I think there's a lot of potential here with Mega Venusaur. I think Mega Venusaur could be awesome. By the way, we don't have English scans of all of them. Not at the moment, not officially, so I'm doing what I can, scans-wise. But basically, Mega Venusaur's got an ability that lets you just move your grass energy around the field as you like. The attack is fine, the attack is alright, but mostly here it's just move your energy around the field however you like. And there's actually other really cool things going on here as well. Wally's Compassion lets you heal up your Mega Evolution Pokemon, but you got to put all the energy into your hand. But Mega Venusaur moves the energy off so you don't have to lose any energy. Yay, that's wonderful. Or things like Meganium, which, and look, it's worth pointing out, Mega Venusaur is seeing a bit of playing success in Japan right now, and is generally played with Meganium, which doubles up all your basic grass energy. This is one to keep an eye on. In at number 9, probably at least my top 2 Mega Pokemon, it's Mega Manectric. I love Mega Manectric. Mega Manectric is awesome. What we got here is 2 energy, 120 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes no damage from basics. Yeah, it's really good. Like, against an all-basic deck, you attack with this and you basically win. Like, make sure you don't put enough Pokemon on your bench that your opponent can win just by gusting around Mega Manectric. Against an all-basic deck, you get 2 energy on, you sit there doing 120 until you win. Genuinely brilliant. Love it. We've also got free energy, 200, but if you want to discard all the energy from it, you can do an extra 130, which is enough to KO Mega Pokemon. It's really good. Really quite good. We've still got Electric Generator for the early game. We've still got your Magneton to kind of keep you rolling in the mid to late game. We've got ways to accelerate the energy. And this is a kind of a classic Mega Pokemon already of just, you've got lots of damage you can do and lots of damage you can take. And you've even got a nice cheeky little attack which will stop basic Pokemon. Really quite nice. In at number 8, a surprise entry for Diancie. Now, remember that Diancie was not actually in Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia in Japan. It was its own Mega Evolution deck. Although, as a side note, I'm not putting Gengar on this list. It's not because I don't think Gengar's good. It's because over in Japan right now, to varying degrees, I've seen all of these cards here see play and success. I think Mega Gengar stops your opponent taking a prize. Well, they take one less prize every time they KO a Darkness Pokemon using an EX while Gengar's on the field. A lot of potential here. I don't think it's panned out yet. Keep an eye on this for the future. Diancie, however, I'm seeing Diancie popping up in a lot of Gardevoir decks. And I mean a lot of Gardevoir decks. It is becoming kind of a one-off staple in that deck. I was a little surprised when I started seeing it pop up, but as time goes by, I'm seeing it pop up in these decks more and more. This is a legit card. 270 HP, but it takes 30 less from attacks, give it a little bit of extra beef. And then for 2 energy, you can discard up to 2 energy from it, dealing 120 for each one you discard. Basic Pokemon that does good damage and is hard to KO. Yeah. That's pretty good. In at number 7, we've got the new Psychic Stadium card. That there Mystery Garden. Kind of a ridiculous card if I'm honest with you, because what this does is once during each player's turn, they can discard a card from their hand and then draw until they've got cards in hand equal to the number of Psychic Pokemon they got in play. So if you've got 6 Psychic Pokemon in play, use this and you draw until you've got 6 cards in your hand. After discarding an energy from your hand, which you're going to want to do if you're playing Gardevoir decks anyway, because they accelerate energy from the discard pile. This card is legit. Also, while we're here, we should put Wonder Patch in. That's the one that accelerates a psychic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench psychic Pokemon. Basically, these are the cards that are helping out psychic Pokemon. Wonder Patch will become a lot better after Gardevoir rotates, but right now it's still pretty good. Speaking of which, in at number 6, Mega Gardevoir EX. I don't know what to do with Mega Gardevoir EX. There is a strong argument that right now this card is way too high, and a strong argument that in a year's time this card will be way too low. We've got 2 attacks, one of which accelerates an energy to each of your psychic bench Pokemon. In fact, they don't even have to be psychic, just all of your bench Pokemon, but it has to be a psychic energy. And then single energy, 50 damage for each psychic attached to all of your Pokemon. The thing is, as easily as it fits into an existing Gardevoir deck, there are a bunch that are playing it, and there are a bunch that aren't. Not every Gardevoir deck is playing this right now, but it's got potential coming out of its ears, so, I don't know, let's put it down here and move on with our lives. In at number 5, the other big Mega EX from the set, Lucario. If we're looking at Mega EXs from the set and the success that they're having, this is the top one right now. It's not huge in the metagame, but it is seeing a significant amount of play, and it is seeing a significant amount of success, and you add that all up together, and this is pretty cool. We got 2 attacks here. The first one of which does 130 damage while accelerating up to 3 energy from your discard pile. Yes. And the other one of which is just 2 energy, 270. That's a lot of damage for not that much energy. And there's some more fighting tricks in a minute that make this even better. I worry about the weakness to Psychic with Gardevoir. That is the biggest issue with this card right now. But the fact that it's surviving in the metagame in Japan, and the fact that this Gardevoir rotates out at the beginning of next year, that makes me think good things about Lucario moving forward. In at number 4, we've got Forest of Vitality. A card so good, it's already led to a banned card. I showed you the other day that Flapple from Rebel Clash has been banned and expanded because Forest of Vitality has already broken it. It lets you evolve all of your grass Pokemon into grass Pokemon whenever you like, as long as it's not your first turn of the game. Very similar to Forest of Giant Plants, except Forest of Giant Plants would let you evolve a grass into a non-grass. This doesn't. And Forest of Giant Plants let you evolve on your very first turn of the game, and this doesn't. Outside of that, same kind of card, Forest of Giant Plants got banned. Vitality Forest of Vitality has already led to a card getting banned, and this is only going to increase in the future. Now, in at number 3, you can call it cheating, but I don't. It's Psyduck. Now, the reason it might be considered cheating is because Psyduck isn't actually in Mega Evolution. However, it is a free pack blister promo, which is a Mega Evolution product, so I'm totally counting it. And it is that good. You see, it's got an ability which turns off abilities of Pokemon that have to KO themselves to use the ability. So things like the aforementioned Magneton, but mostly here, we're talking about Dusknoir, which has to KO itself to use its Curse Blast ability, which is one of the best abilities in the entire game right now. Psyduck turns them off. Psyduck turns off incredibly relevant abilities. It sees a huge amount of play in a very wide variety of decks. This is one of the biggest, best, and most impactful cards from Mega Evolution. And sure, it's a free pack blister promo rather than a card that can be pulled from a booster pack. It's still one of the very, very, very best cards that's coming in Mega Evolution, and it deserves to be number 3 on this list. You could honestly put it in at number 2, but I'm not. I'm putting it in at number 3. In at number 2, I'm combining 3 cards together. Lunatone, Fight Gong, and Premium Power Pro. Why? They all just make fighting decks way better. There are 3 cards in this set that make fighting decks significantly better. Yes, Lunatone is also a pre-release promo, which is cool. And basically, we got Fight Gong, which lets you search for a basic fighting Pokemon or basic fighting energy. Lunatone, that lets you discard a basic fighting from your hand to draw 3 cards if you've got Soul Rock in play. And Premium Power Pro, that lets you, do an extra 30 damage. These 3 cards together have not only made stuff like Lucario way better, but they've just made fighting in general better. Basically, every fighting deck, every fighting card is now better and more playable because of these 3 cards here. You ask me, that deserves number 2 on the list. So what comes in at number 1? Lily's Determination. And I know it's just a draw supporter. It's not that exciting. But if you're looking for the card that is going to see the most play from this expansion, if you're looking for the card that is going to make the biggest impact from this expansion, it is Lily's Determination, honestly by a bit of a wide margin. Now what this allows you to do is shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards, shuffle, draw 6, decent card. We've had that in the past and that's seen play. But if you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, you draw 8 instead. Shuffle Draw 8 is absurd. In setup decks, Shuffle Draw 8 until you need to draw prizes, which you're not going to do until you set up. Yes, phenomenal. Most decks can make use of this, but any setup decks that are going to wait to take prizes can make even better use of this. This card is absurd and brilliant and seeing play in big numbers over in Japan right now, and yeah, this is the best card from Mega Revolution. It's not a very exciting card, but it is the best card in the set. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at Diancie. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Tamberlin, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.